It didn't happen in Iraq, it happened in Syria. It didn't happen in Iraq, it happened in Syria. And it didn't happen in Afghanistan immediately after 2001 when they invaded Afghanistan. No, it happened after years after invading. What? Executing women. There is a bunch of group who take a woman and execute her. Either stone her or put a bullet in her head, kill her. Sometimes that's it, kill her. Sometimes they use the excuse that she's not wearing a modest cloth. They kill her. I was in 2005. I didn't even afford it, but I went there. Something to do with things that I cannot explain now. Not concerning humor. So I went to 2005 for 3 weeks, and I sit with so many men and I talked to them. And now I remember one of the guys, he's a good guy. He said women cannot be poor. Within a discussion, a big long, because they just take their legs, spread their legs, and money will come. They just need to manage how to spread their legs and find a good customer to give them money. Why he said this? Because at the same time there was anger in the discussion. That in a way that they do not with it criticize the government, but you can see that the government is behind it. The regime, the Syrian regime. They're talking about specific women who go and drag the public, the community, ladies or young girls. For example, a lady living in a town, or a lady living, for example, in certain areas of Damascus. These such ladies are prostitutes, working with pimps. There is a lot of tourists. These ladies go and try to convince, especially the young girls. You're now in the high school. Maybe you didn't find any university, or maybe in the university, or even in the intermediate. Run away from your family, and we can bring you to a suite. Of course, normally they are not in considered low class of the society, the victim family. And they go and they drag her. Do you want money? If you want money, you go to Damascus, or you go to certain bars and pubs, and you run away from your family. The government will not do anything, especially if you're an adult. If you're an adult in Syria, your family can't, especially if you're in the towns and other secondary cities. If you go to a big city like Damascus or Laziqiyah or other Tartus, Hims, Halab, you can afford a lot of things and you become rich. I mean, your family are poor. They want to be like your mother. Now, 90% of those women or girls who run away and flee their families live a very poor life until they die. Go and work in Gulf states. They might bring some money working in a hotel or a motel as a prostitute. Some of them become lucky. So, a rich pimp. She working as a restaurant manager. She go and deal with high class. This attitude makes the community angry. Now, this is the case. Someone, for example, who is dealing, for example, with have a sister or have a family member who fled. They know that there is a certain ladies in the city itself or in the town are protected by the regime. And such women, or females, are behind dragging their daughters. To what? To work as prostitutes. I think it's easy for you to recognize what I'm trying to say. Once the regime falls, these men and this family start seeking revenge. Exactly like what's happening in Gulf State right now. They killed even some important women working for the field with the governments to do with education. In Syria, there is a lot of cases. Because the regime is behind this since the beginning. I have nothing to do with religion. Do you understand me? In Afghanistan, in Iraq, it didn't happen because Saddam Hussein did not allow this to happen, the dragging. There is certain classes within the community that they don't feel shame, and so they were allowed in a certain level. But you cannot drag ladies to walk in this. After Iraq happened, it happened. In Afghanistan, at the beginning, nothing happened like this. But then there is certain ladies who used to bring some ladies for the soldiers, the occupational soldiers. And good day, how are you, sir? Fine, thank you. And so they start assassinating some. Of course, there is a lot of men assassinated and killed in the process. A lot of men assassinated and killed in the process. And it's here and there, the regime revenge. And that's this. And then the people revenge from the regime and thus. What I'm trying to say is, here you can see why they trick a woman and then they stone her. There is no 4 witnesses. I can't say anything so that I don't want to mention some names in Gulf States, but he will delete my video. These men, and I don't blame them. Listen to me, I don't blame them. That's it. Because this type of women did a crime. I'm not talking about all, I'm talking about 90%. They take a woman and then they stone her. Because she had something to do with making a lot of men and family members angry. And women as well. A lot. Taking our girls to do this. And of course there was poverty in Syria. You can see in Gulf States right now there is poverty gonna happen. It's happening since before. They come and bring a woman and they start talking, saying this woman is adulterous and she deserves to be executed based on the Sharia laws. And they put a bullet in her head. She's dead. There is something behind this. It's not just they suspected a woman. Oh, there is a woman living in this house. I think she met another man. Let's go and kill her. La, 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 la. No, it's not like this. It's an anger. This woman is behind talking to the granddaughter of that man, and he died by this, because of this. Or the daughter of that lovely woman, or the daughter of that man, or the sister of that, and they track the woman, and they take them, and they become prostitutes in the big cities, and sometimes they go to countries in Gulf States or other places. We don't want this to our woman. You understand me? So when the revolution happened and the regime fell, there was little bit cases like this, stoning, executing, and when it's come to 90% of the cases, I don't blame them. The terrorists, those who you call terrorists, don't be criminal. Some of them used to stand in front of the masjid and insult the masjid as well, and the regime protected them. The atmosphere is similar right now in Gulf States and Saudi Arabia. All what you need, when it's come to me, the thing that you're gonna deal with is my curse. I curse you, my enemies. That's it. Don't delete the video. Don't delete the video. Don't delete the video. Please, please, please. Thank you.